Good morning. So, time to get it in with your boy Rico. Let me see how this thing. Okay. Now, give it a move back some. Hope you're on your treadmill today at some point. Or at least getting you a brisk walk. No, damn, they're walking. Get out and run. Because y'all saw how I ran when the sun was out. Now I'm hitting the treadmill. And trying to get the blood pumping. But anyway, when I get up early in the mornings, I go through Instagram, Facebook, and other parts of social media. Some of it is Twitter, and then sometime I run across an article that may hold me up a little bit. And I actually read the article, and it's the strangest thing when it comes to what we're fighting for in this country. And as a community, as black folks, why are we still fighting for voting rights? And we're supposed to be Americans. You hear what I said? Supposed to be Americans. No other group is fighting for voting rights. What is... And that's the only thing that the Democratic politicians are talking about. It's fucking voting rights. Who's... And people are really worked up over it. Like, yeah, we need to get up. They're trying to suppress our right to vote. If you're full Americans, it's not going to happen per the Constitution, correct? So why do we let the Democratic leadership only use us, I guess, for placation? And I mean by Democratic leadership, not just the politician, but the congressional black caucus. That's all they talk about is voting rights. They don't talk about getting any money. They don't talk about improving education. They never talk about, did I just say, they don't ever talk about getting money, reparations, anything like that. All they talk about is fucking voting rights. No other group in this country, including brand new immigrants, as of in the last 3 years, don't talk about voting rights. But they have more voting rights than we do. We've been over here 400 years. So I understand this. Every time I pick up an article, it's politics dealing with black people, it's voting rights. And that's all they seem to focus on with us. Y'all need to check y'all's, whoever these black leaders y'all like, y'all need to check them on that. Next time they come to run for office in your impoverished black neighborhoods, so how come y'all always talking about voting rights and first thing y'all want to throw up is, those Republicans are trying to take away your voting rights. That's not even supposed to be in threat of being bothered if we're full Americans. See, the Constitution still has black folks, foundational blacks or American descendants of slaves, however you want to do it, ADOS or FBA, however you want to phrase it. We're still viewed as 3/5. So how come your politicians don't address that? How come they never address reparations? How come your black leaders, your favorite black preachers, your favorite CNN and MSNBC black analysts, how come they never talk about that? I always talking about some damn voting rights. As if that's our biggest issue. Our biggest issue when it comes to this government is economics. They seem to have plenty of economics to go around for other groups, but not for black folks. And I read the article, and Joe Biden was set to visit the Atlanta University system soon, him and Kamala Harris, to talk about the voting rights based on Republicans accusing Georgia of stealing the election. Georgia did steal the election. Yeah. Let's go back and look at statistics. how does a heavily Republican state lose to a Democratic candidate by 12,000 votes? They cheated their ass off. Yeah, I said it. Don't debate me, just go look at the numbers. However, when we mature as a community and stop allowing ourselves to be defocused on shit doesn't even matter. And I mean, they make it like a big deal. All of the liberal networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, they all have Negroes focused on fucking voting rights. That shouldn't be an issue if you are a full American. So now we have to question, are we actually Americans? Because during the days of segregation when we were over here, we were being told, we were segregated against, but we're still paying taxes. Who gets treated like that? And the first thing your Negro leaders should come up with is a civil rights movement? That's stupid. It was dumb. Every other group fights for human rights, meaning you have all the rights of every human being on the planet. See, we messed around and asked for specialty rights instead of human rights. See, that's how other groups like gays and white women and immigrants get in on your rights. How come when everybody else comes over, it's not a civil rights thing, they're just Americans? Well, black people, we're still under this voting rights bill, and this shit was stupid. It was dumb. You know why? Because the civil rights movement was funded by the very people who hate you. How you gonna let somebody else fund your movement? The Haitians didn't have anybody to fund their revolution. They did it themselves. So we're gonna get it. And then here it is, says, I'm looking at the TV monitor now, it says Biden heads to Georgia to push for new voting laws. Why do you need new voting laws? We're already under the Constitution as Americans, right? Y'all stop letting these black politicians and these white liberals make a fool out of y'all. See, they've convinced you that the white Republicans are the boogeyman and the black conservatives are the boogeymen and women of our race. No, they're no angels, but at least you can see who they are. But y'all have completely, we as a community, as a race, have completely given our common sense, our logic, and our intelligence over to the Democratic Party and white liberals and black gays. It's weird. We're wondering why we're still a laughingstock. Again, why in the hell are we still talking about voting rights when we need to be talking about the money? Where's our $450,000 payment? I want all these intelligent politicos out there to answer me. All of the intelligent politicos. You're just insiders. Everybody plays black people based on the emotionalism that we tend to exude all day long. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what pulled me to that article. Usually I see some crap on some damn voting rights. This particular article just kind of like caused me to just pose questions. Why in the hell is the black race in America still focused on fucking voting rights? If we're already Americans under the United States Constitution, why is that always, during the election cycles, an issue? But you can't get anything else. We start mentioning money, fair education, and all of that, they put you on silence. Now bring up something about gays and Asians and everybody else, all your black politicians, your white liberals, everybody listening. Y'all gonna learn. And black conservatives are not our enemies. They just, they just say we're not a monolith. They just think differently within our group. Just like black liberals, black Democrats think differently in our group. But their thinking seems to keep us going backwards. I would say no offense to the black liberals and Democrats listening, but I don't really mean it. You should be more mature by this time about the political parties, what they do and don't represent. And neither one really represents us, especially the liberal Democratic Party. Y'all seen in this last year and a half who the Democrats really represent. Single mothers, LGBT, Asian and other immigrants, not Negroes. But anyway, y'all will get into your circles and start arguing over who to vote for and not to vote for in another few months. Again, and when you do all that, well, you Republican, you Democrat, your neighborhood is still a shithole. Your neighborhood is still full of crime. Your neighborhood is still full of pestilence. Your neighborhood is still shit. Still full of gangs. Still full of dope boys. Still filled with hopelessness and despair. While you're arguing, when you're a black Republican, you vote for Trump. When y'all get through arguing with black people who don't think as you do on the Democratic plantation, your neighborhood is still a shithole. And y'all still been distracted by this dumbass conversation on voting rights. Okay? All these people that y'all look to, start asking questions. Start asking real questions. How about ask your Negro preacher about some real questions about this damn voting crap? Ask a person that you like. Yeah, because we have a lot of people that we give a lot of passes to because we like them. Ask them these questions. You know, it says every time you hear the word Trump, you get triggered. But as soon as you hear the word Biden, you go silent. That's weird. You hear Obama, yay! And that was the worst thing that could have happened to black folks. You're talking about giving a whole race a cap full of Z-Quil? 8 years of Z-Quil. But nobody wants to admit it because you're too prideful and you're embarrassed that you were treated like just a ninth grade cheerleader. You allowed yourself to be treated like a ninth grade cheerleader. And here we are today, still talking about some fucking voting rights. If there's such a thing as Heavenly Father, give me strength. There's something wrong with our community. We get master's degrees, we get doctorate degrees, we get law degrees, and we still act like we're a bunch of GEDs. Don't make no sense. And everybody else is just moving on and enjoying the country for what it is. It's a capitalist society. Every group takes care of itself. But we don't know how to do that for some reason. Won't take any book suggestions. You know, it just, I don't know. But maybe y'all will let me know as you watch this video, as I do my morning workout. I guess these are the frustrations that I'm working on. Something like that. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Enjoying. Can y'all say I'm sick of us? Don't do it like that, Kenyatta. Mary Max, complacency. Is there another word that's deeper than complacency, Mary Max? Chris Armour, good morning, brother. Kendall, what's up? Kendall says the truth. Everybody came up under Obama but us. Mary Max says lazy. Something's going on. I can't even blame this on Forrest Gump. Yeah, Forrest Gump had no sense to these folks. Avery O'Neill says, LOL, but didn't John Lewis spill the blood? Don't do that, Avery. And he said, didn't John Lewis spill the blood in Selma? He should be all of our idols. Avery, I'm telling you, the foolishness is real. The foolishness is real. And we just keep falling for it. We around here talking about some Black Lives Matter. but yet the crime rate amongst black continues to go up. Yeah, it was a nice little Ponzi scheme, a nice little hustle. A 90 million plus dollars hustle, Ponzi scheme. And people won't even mention it now because they're ashamed. Because then the leaders of Black Lesbian Matter came out and they said, yeah, white people are racist, they're racist. Yeah, a lot of them are, most of them are. Shit, they all, to me, inherited. However, they just want to drive a point off the backs of dead black men who they did not care for and did not support, because in their website they said they're only here for their queer and trans brothers. And those same black women who are leading Black Lesbians Matter, out of 3 of them, I think 2 of them are married, and they're married to white stud women. Even in their homosexuality, they don't fool with black folks. Y'all need to check this out. All these black advocates who are homosexuals, but their lovers are white. Y'all don't find that strange? At least have a black boyfriend if you're Don Lemon. You know, you talking against Trump, someone like a Wanda Sykes, but you got a white wife and adopted white kids. As they say on YouTube Universe, you can't make this shit up. They're not even real, they're not even true blacks when they're homosexuals. Because I'm going to tie all this in together, because all this goes under the umbrella of needing and wanting white validation. Even when they're gay, they don't even date black folks. Y'all ain't check that out? I know I'm not the only one with 20/20 vision. Well, I use readers now sometimes, so it's not exactly 20/20 anymore, but it's weird. So, but anyway, I need us to move past this voting rights shit. Next time they come up for a vote to get rid of that voting rights bill, well, I need us to be behind, because we shouldn't need a voting rights bill if we're full Americans. Republicans are not boogeymen. They're just politicians, just like the Democrats are. And our job is supposed to extract resources from both of them. Not paint one as the enemy and the other our friend. Neither one is our friend. Both of them are siphoning the resources and the blood, sweat, and tears and emotionalism off of black folks. Republicans just don't fool with it. It's the Democrats that's kicking black people in the ass. Kenyatta Kelly said, you know who got on my nerves the most? Sean T. Don't do that to Sean T. But me and Mary Max have plenty of conversations about Sean T. He says, you know, in a fitness trainer, and he gets on my damn nerves. Yeah, let me tell you something. Avery says quid pro quo. Kenyatta Kelly, you know, I had to look past. I look past. I don't mind what your sexual bedroom stuff is, but it's like, Sean T, you need to cut it out, dude. He is a little extra when he's on Instagram, throwing it back to his. Throwing it back to his much smaller white lover. Say, damn, he's just like that guy. He reminds me of that guy who tried to blackmail the NFL to let him in because he announced he was gay. What's that black dude's name? What's that black dude's name? He tried to get in, but when they let him in to practice, he found out that he sucked. But when he was announced that he was in, he get all the kissing and his boyfriend's like 5'2", 135 pounds. He about 6'2", about 220, and he was more bent over backwards and than the little dude. It was crazy. What's his name? Sam's. That's right. Something Sam's, Mary Max. That was a terrible sight. And so the same thing with Sean T. They got these much smaller white lovers. Michael Sam, that's right. Yeah, Michael Sam. And he's around there looking like a... So what's wrong with them? Then, I mean, how do they end up being the bitch? That's what I don't understand. Sean T, this big fitness guru, are you there? Are you there? I've watched his videos. I used to work out to him, and he started asking, are you there? Are you still there? And I'll be on the ground. Hell no, I'm still on the ground, Sean T. I can't do this stuff just consistently for 20 minutes. It's just crazy. Why are the white lovers so much smaller than hell? Speaking of white lovers being smaller than them, Serena Williams. All the black girls she dated, they were at least taller or bigger. As soon as she got to Miami, less money than her, and she weighed 160, he weighed 120. He 5'2", she 5'9". But the black dude has to be 6 foot, 200 some pounds. Y'all, come on now. You can't make this issue. But I digress. But anyway, y'all stop falling for this voters' right conversation. Every election cycle, it was already supposed to have full voting rights as Americans, correct? Y'all need to check into that. Because these Democrats are making a fool out of us again. So let me go ahead and speed up my treadmill here. Let me see. And so I get in jog mode, but I just want to say what's up to y'all. Really speaking that whole voting right thing. Those of you who showed up, enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm going to go ahead and get my workout on. Kenyatta Kelly, get them in shape, baby. We want everybody to have a wife beater ready. And I want to be toned and healthy and happy by May or June. So get on them, Kenyatta Kelly. Get them in shape. Mary Max, we're going to do this good. All right, so y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. To the next morning workout, Rico. Talk to you later. Peace.